At just 7 years old, Rhianna was forcibly removed from her family and placed into foster care. The trauma she endured growing up led to disengagement at school, and her education was suffering. A turning point came when Rhianna got involved with the National Aboriginal Sporting Chance Academy. It's a school engagement program that works to improve the educational and employment outcomes of Indigenous students while prioritising their social and emotional well-being. Now in Year 12, Rhianna is the first female Indigenous school captain of Canobolas High in Orange, and she is excited for what the future holds after school. Rhianna told Alex James how the NASCA program has impacted on her school experience.
It provides an opportunity for your future and schooling, so they help a lot with that. Yeah, it's like a family, kind of. They're just like, whenever you need help, you just go to them.
So it's a bit like a family. So when you're having trouble with school, is that when you head over there?
With anything.
With anything at all? And what does that mean for you, I guess, like being able to have people around you to talk through stuff like that?
It's comforting.
Does it help having people around that you can like relate to and give advice, and they can give you advice?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that different from like your friends at school versus these guys?
They don't judge you. They're like always there for you. I mean, there's people at school who's there for me, but like you can just go to NASCA and talk about anything.
And you are the first female Indigenous school captain at Canobolas High. Does that kind of mean anything to you, I guess? Like, is it a bit of a responsibility or a privilege in a way?
Yeah. I think about it as giving the younger generation inspirational thing to think about in the future.
Bit of a wave maker.
Yeah, wave maker, yeah.
That's you?
Just trying to think of the word. Wave maker,
that's it. Yeah, awesome. Do you feel like a leader?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are some of the things you do that I guess make you feel like a leader?
Talk to the girls. They can come to me and talk to me. So that feels good when they come to me.
Tell me a little bit about Career Fit that you did. It's a week-long program, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about it? What did you do?
We went to some universities to talk about what we wanted to do in the future and if we wanted to go to uni and what it was going to be like.
What did you make of the universities? Anything take your fancy?
I like how big they are. That's pretty cool. And like how pretty it is inside. It's so pretty.
Does it make you think about doing something with university? Is that what you're thinking you might go on to? Or are there other options out there that you want to explore?
Not too sure what I want to do yet. Maybe uni, maybe.
What do you like about the idea of going to uni, apart from how pretty the buildings are?
New people.
Yeah.
Just the education, I guess.
Yeah.
And like the Aboriginal programs.
Yeah.
For me.
Tell me a bit more about the Aboriginal programs. Like, what would they do for you, do you think?
I've just thought it was just like NASCA. It's kind of just like NASCA a bit. Like they take good care of you.
Yeah.
And
it's
they
an extra
help you.
family.
Yeah.
Just lastly, Rhianna, would you recommend that other people do this program, the NASCAR program?
Yes.
Definitely?
I definitely do.
Now, Nikita Mason is NASCAR team leader at Canobolas High and told Alex about the role she plays.
For the past, 5 years, I think I've been a mentor to Rhianna, kind of like a big sister, auntie, just one of those strong women that's been in her life with schooling, yeah.
And why is that important, do you think, from your perspective?
From my perspective, I was raised by strong women, and, the equality and equity of these gender-based roles. We've never had strong, successful Aboriginal women in our schools and expose our young Aboriginal women to, better education, further education, and employment.
Do you remember the first time you guys met?
Well, it was with Girls Academy.
Yeah, it was.
So
Girls
prior
Academy.
to NASCA, we had a program called Girls Academy.
Uh-huh.
And Rhianna was actually at a different school, so she was in private education, but her cousin was enrolled in our Girls Academy program. And when she moved schools, she
Joined Girls Academy.
joined Girls Academy, and then we've been
The
NASCA.
NASCA since. Since Rhianna's joined the NASCA program, I know you just mentioned that you met her previously, is that right? Yeah, but since she's been part of this particular program, what kind of changes have you seen?
Changes within herself. Her identity is a lot stronger. Rhianna's leadership abilities have grown immensely. And she's a true leader to her Aboriginal community, not just at Canobolas High School, but for her community back home in Burke, for her family, for her siblings, and for our Orange community. She's really stepped up and is that wave maker. She's paving the way for our girls.
How important do you think this program is? Like, you mentioned that, like, you've seen it in Rhianna, the changes, the leadership that she's built, and the connection she was talking about before. How important do you think programs like this are for young women and young Aboriginal women?
Programs like the NASCA program are vital. In every school where there's an Aboriginal population, there should be a NASCA program or some other supports for young Aboriginal women in particular. They're our mothers, they're our future generations. They're going to be the ones making changes, and we need to steer them in the right direction. If we have Aboriginal role models in our schools daily, showing our younger generation what they could be or can become, and helping them build those relationships with our school system, our teachers, it's just going to provide a better future for the younger generation. Yeah.
ABC's Alex James with that story. And look, the NASCA program is incredible. You can go and look it up, NASCA.org.au, if you want to have a look at their website. A few months ago, I spoke to Stevie, who was a young Indigenous girl who was the first in her family to graduate from high school, was now working in aged care, and she was able to do so through the support of that NASCA program. It is doing such wonderful things, creating these young female leaders. It's brilliant, and I love that we get to be able to share those stories with you.